Today on America's Court with Judge Ross.
So you're basically having someone working overtime for you and you're not compensating them, yes? Put your hand down. You're messing up your case. Don't you hear the tone of my voice?
I'm sorry.
Are you hearing the tone of my voice?
Yes, Your Honor.
Help me help you. The whole purpose behind law is to right wrong. I want justice to be something that isn't this foreign concept.
Justice knows no boundaries. The truth will be heard. Fair, firm, compassionate. This is America's Court with Judge Ross. Ruth Marcus is suing former babysitter Lisa Sanford in the amount of $750 for purchases made on a mobile device Ms. Marcus says Ms. Sanford is responsible for.
All rise. Remain standing and come to order. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Kevin Ross presiding.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated.
All parties have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Deputy Thomas. Ruth Marcus, you want this court to order Lisa Sanford to pay you $750 in online gaming charges that you feel she's responsible for, yes?
Correct.
All right, you may proceed, ma'am.
Okay. I hired Lisa as my babysitter, and she has acted completely irresponsible.
Why did you hire her to begin with?
I hired her because I needed someone to take care of my young children while I taught summer school. I'm an athletic coach.
Okay.
And I met her.
How many children do you have?
I have two.
And what their ages?
5 and 7.
Boys or girls?
2 boys.
5 and 7. Oh, that's 2 boys. They can be pretty rambunctious.
Yeah.
I got 2 boys. I know that. Mrs. Sanford, what made you decide to take the gig?
Well, she offered me full-time because I'm a student also, freshman in college. She offered me full-time.
What are you studying in school?
Psychology.
All right. How you doing so far grades-wise?
Pretty good. Average is 3.0.
All right.
So,
not bad. All right. So psychology, so I take it that you have some good experience supervising 2 rambunctious boys? Huh?
Yes.
All right. And
well,
were the boys well-behaved? Or?
Rambunctious? No.
They were good boys?
They don't really go outside much. They just stay in the house. They play their video games all day, which they said
no
their
fighting
mother...
with each other, no hollering,
No,
he hit me,
it's
none of
kind
that?
of weird. She's a gym teacher, but she doesn't allow them to go outside.
I don't allow you to take them outside. Let's be very
she
clear,
has
Your Honor.
a very
Wait a
nice
minute.
backyard that she doesn't...
Stop. I'll let you talk. Hold on a moment. We talked about this whole issue of them going outside. What was your policy about whether or not they could be outside of the home? I take it specifically when you're not there.
Yes, when I'm not there, my house is on a very busy street.
Oh, I see.
It's a little bit dangerous, and
But she has a very nice backyard.
I understand. I'm going to let you talk.
My kids do like to play video games, so I decided to split up.
Which is all they do.
Stop.
According
Are
to
you allergic to the word stop talking?
Sorry, Your Honor.
Well, I let them play the video games while I'm at work so that when I get home, we can do more athletic type activities.
Okay. Because if you're an athletic teacher, obviously,
Yes.
you understand the importance of
No,
them.
Your Honor,
Absolutely. You know what? I'm so glad that I
Here's
never.
what we've got going on right now.
I'm so glad I never trusted her with
Stop-
my children
stop for a moment.
outside.
When you come to a courtroom and a court says don't talk and you talk anyway, that's disrespectful. Do you think that helps you or does
sorry,
that hurt
Your
you?
Honor.
Does it help you or hurt you?
Hurt me.
Don't do it again.
Thanks, Your Honor.
All right. So you were talking about this areas are busy. When you get home, you would do the athletic activities with the boys.
Correct.
You wanted them to stay in. And so what was the plan in terms of with Miss Sanford watching them?
Okay. Well, they're very young, so they do need to be constantly supervised.
Of course.
She's been very irresponsible, and I did not realize.
Give me an
this at
example of how
first.
she's been irresponsible other than interrupting when I tell her not to talk.
Well, she has been stealing my liquor.
Can you
drinking-
prove that?
Yeah. Well,
Stealing liquor.
I don't drink very often. I know it wasn't
Because
my
that's a
kids.
pretty bold assertion to make that someone is a thief in your home.
Absolutely.
So what makes you say that she was stealing your liquor?
Well, I have a liquor cabinet, and I hardly ever go in there. I don't really drink. I had some friends over. This was kind of towards the end of her working for me, and I noticed that a lot of liquor was missing out of the bottles. For example, I had 1 bottle of vanilla vodka, and I had tried it once. The bottle was nearly completely empty.
All right.
So I don't know if she's drinking on the job, having
So
her
you've never
boys
seen
over,
her,
and having a party.
you've never seen her drink, but you're deducing that because no one else is in the home other than her,
And
you're seeing the alcohol missing, ergo, she has to be drinking. Put your hand down.
There is one more thing.
Okay.
My boys always told me that she had a special drink during the day.
Which was
I
coffee.
assumed
Sit down.
it was coffee.
Sit down. Sit down. Sit in the chair and square yourself. Go ahead.
I assumed it was coffee, and she does bring a thermos in. It smells like coffee. She's drinking it. It looks like coffee. But I don't know if she's using that thermos to take liquor home or if she's having drinks.
All right. Well, what does it have to do with why we're here, though? Because are you saying that somehow she was under the influence of alcohol while she's looking after your children?
Correct. I mean, that's just part of the story.
All right. How did that manifest itself, that she's under the influence while she's looking after your children?
Well, you know, I never smelled anything on her when I got home, to be honest with you. But there are other things that she's done as well. My boys would tell me that she has different men over to the house, that she takes them up to my bedroom, and God knows what's going on up there. She's even posted on her website about this, on her social network site, that she's taking men into my house, and she's bragging about it.
Do you have any proof of that?
I do.
Let me see it.
Coming up on America's Court.
Don't you hear the tone of my voice?
I'm sorry.
Are you hearing the tone of my voice?
Yes, Your Honor.
Help me help you.
And later.
You go and get tickets.
I went to my friend Ricardo's tent. I talked to him. We smoked a little bit, and we just, we had fun. We had fun.
I don't even want to ask what you smoked.
Closed captioning provided by. This is America's Court with Judge Ross. We're back with the case of Ruth Marcus, who is suing former babysitter Lisa Sanford for the cost of unauthorized online purchases.
Ms. Sanford, we are not getting off to a good start here. You're getting ready to lose this case before I even hear from you. I'm going to let you come up one more time. If I have to say what I have to say to you again, you're going to lose. Are we clear?
Yes, Your Honor.
Lisa Sanford, I can't wait for my boo to pick me up from babysitting. Okay, how is that proof that she had men in your house?
Right. Well, my sons are telling me that he's not the only one that comes over.
Stop. This doesn't prove to me that she has men inside the home. Is she saying, I can't wait to be picked up?
Right, but I believe my children. They wouldn't lie about something like that.
What I'm saying is when you say to me, here's proof, in other words, if there was a picture of her and the guy in your bed, well, then that would be an example of she's bringing guys over. Her saying, I can't wait to be picked up, there's nothing unusual about that. Ms. Sanford, let me ask you, did you have men inside the home?
I brought my boyfriend over one time because Miss Sanford,
Talk to me.
Because she is sometimes late. Most of the time
Define late. Like what time was she supposed to come home?
3 o'clock. I worked for her from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Is that correct, Ms. Marcus?
That's correct. We agreed to that in
Were
the
you
beginning.
ever late coming home?
Yes, I
Yes.
have been.
How many times were you late?
Often.
I'm talking to her.
To varying degrees, more often than I knew that I would have to be.
Okay, so that's a lot. All right. Was your transportation your boyfriend?
Yes.
All right.
And he picked me up every day, which is supposed to be at 3 o'clock.
And how late would you just be? 10 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, 3 hours? What?
Most days was an hour.
Is that true?
The latest was 8
No,
p.m.
that's
and
not
I have
true.
to go to school.
Stop.
That's not true, Your Honor.
Has it been as late as an hour?
It has been on occasion, but
Okay.
typically it's 10
Did you
minutes, 20
compensate
minutes.
her for that?
No.
No, I didn't. It was
Why not?
It was not in our
Because
original
she's cheap.
agreement.
Stop.
I also told
You know
her.
what? You were doing so well. Less is more. Slow your roll. Why were you not compensating her if you were late often?
I told her originally I didn't know I was going to have to work after
Okay,
school.
but once you started seeing that there was a pattern,
Yes.
what did you do to compensate her for her time?
I told her that I could not afford to pay her more than $300 a week.
So you're basically having someone working overtime for you and you're not compensating them. Yes?
Yes, but I
Okay.
did offer to
I
hire
only say
someone
that
else.
to say you called the woman a thief,
Correct.
and that's very disparaging. And put your hand down. You're messing up your case. Why are you not hearing that? Don't you hear the tone of my voice?
I'm sorry.
Are you
but-
hearing the tone of my voice? Can you hear me?
Yes, Your Honor.
Help me help you.
Okay.
So you had this woman 5 hours over the time, and you didn't compensate her at all?
I didn't.
Okay. You don't see a problem with that?
I told her, sir, that we could work out something where someone else could help split her shifts up, or
Okay, well,
if
did
it
you do
wasn't,
that? Did you work something out that someone else?
No, because she wasn't complaining that much about it. So I thought we were okay.
All right, and did you know that the boyfriend was picking her up?
My sons told me that someone was picking her up every
so
day.
you knew she didn't have her own transportation?
Correct.
So did
There's
you
a bus stop, though, close by.
Wow. Both of you are a trip. Okay. If you knew she didn't have her own transportation and you knew you were running late, did you just expect the boyfriend to just sit in the car for hours until you got home?
Well, she could have called him when I got there.
That is so inconsiderate.
You know what?
Stop. Absorb that. Just absorb that for a moment. That's very inconsiderate. You're having this woman take care of your children. She's doing you a favor. You're doing her a favor. There has to be some sort of mutual respect and deference. So, why are you suing her for this amount?
She's negligent. I think that she's not supervising my children as much as they need. They're too young to be left alone while she does whatever she's doing in my house. Okay?
Well, what else would she be doing? The boyfriend comes in because you're late. You're saying that she may have consumed some alcohol inside the house.
Which never happened.
There.
That was the last time, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
That's not your call to make. Because I said don't do it again, right? And because you keep interrupting me, that means I can't get the information that I need. And you're directly attributable to that. So based on the evidence and testimony before this court, without even hearing any more, the gavel is going to come down in favor of the plaintiff in this case in the amount of $750. Case closed.
Judge Ross has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $750.
I really need the money, and she's completely irresponsible. I'm very pleased with the outcome of the case.
I think I would have won, but the judge didn't let me speak. She was a horrible boss anyway, and I don't need her.
And coming up on America's Court with Judge Ross.
You go and get tickets.
I went to my friend Ricardo's tent. We smoked a little bit, and we just, we had fun. We had fun.
I don't even want to ask what you smoked.
Closed captioning provided by. This is America's Court with Judge Ross. Travis Hawley is suing Trent Lona in the amount of $300 for the cost of concert tickets that turned out to be counterfeit and totally worthless.
Travis Hawley, you're suing Trent Lona for $300 based on a concert ticket that wasn't quite what you thought it was.
No, it wasn't, Your Honor.
What happened, sir?
I was invited to a festival with a multitude of rock bands.
A multitude of rock bands. And you wanted to go to this concert with Mr. Lona?
Yes.
You know what? You guys don't match to me. I mean, I'm looking at you, and I'm looking at you, and I'm not quite... What's the connection?
Well, swim team. I mean, I always really get a backstroke, and I was really good, And I
So
tried
you
to
were
help
on the
him
swim
out.
team, and is high school or college?
High school.
And you were on the swim team?
Yes.
And that's how you all developed a friendship?
Yeah, junior high school. Not to mention, we knew each other. Like, I know his sister. We're friends with friends.
Okay, so you guys go way back.
Yes.
Okay, you remind me of some of my son's friends, and I said, it's interesting how people just kind of connect. So you guys have had some great experiences.
Yes.
This wasn't one of them.
No, not at all. A horrible, horrible experience.
He's always thinking negatively, Your Honor. He always does this. He always does this. He never
always does what?
He always thinks negatively. He never, anytime whenever I'm trying to bring him to a party.
At this point, though, if you've known him since junior high, then you know that's just who he is. So you bring him a certain amount of spontaneity and enthusiasm, and he probably brings you a little calm.
Yeah, Your
and
Honor,
that's why it works, right?
I believe everybody should have fun, Everybody should have fun in their life. I mean, whenever you want to get a profession done, you want to have fun while you're doing it.
Okay.
He hasn't had fun. He always is complaining about the weather. He's always complaining about how many people there are, how, he's claustrophobic. And
You're right.
I don't
This
want
has
to deal
nothing
with that.
to do with why I'm here.
That's why he's with you. You don't see that?
I'm trying to show him the ropes. I'm trying to show him to have a good time. He
Your
doesn't
Honor,
want that.
I'm a very pleasant, very organized person.
You are, sir.
Yeah,
exactly.
You are exactly that.
I do things accordingly. I plan. I try to do things and I try to make
I know.
fun
Something tells me you
with
probably wear a
organization.
pocket protector with your pens and pencils and... I understand.
Coming up on America's Court.
You go and get tickets.
I went to my friend Ricardo's tent. I talked to him. We smoked a little bit, and we just, we had fun. We had fun.
I don't even want to ask what you smoked.
Closed captioning provided by... This is America's Court with Judge Ross. We're back with the case of Travis Hawley, who is suing Trent Lona for the cost of concert tickets.
So is it fair to say that Mr. Lona actually gives you some spontaneity and a little bit of spice in your life?
Depending on the event.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's a yes. Because otherwise you wouldn't keep hanging with him.
I enjoy his company.
Okay.
And not all events that we've taken part in go terribly wrong. There have been a lot of pleasant events that we've had, not only with each other, but with the friends that we hang out with.
No, I get it. And so what happened on this occasion?
He knew a couple people there. He had a buddy that had extra tickets. They had an extra 2 tickets that they were wanting to sell us. Mm-hmm. So knowing that it was
you knew that you were going to get these tickets from the buddy?
I knew that
from a reliable source.
Okay.
Your Honor, I knew if by any means necessary, if somehow we didn't get sold out tickets, that I had backup. I knew that,
What was the backup?
My friend Ricardo, he always goes to those things, and I always, he's always at a music festival. He's one of those guys.
So some kind of way you were going to get some tickets.
Mm-hmm.
So ultimately you give him the money, and you already had your money for the tickets. You go and get tickets. Yes?
Yeah. I went to my friend Ricardo's tent. I talked to him. We smoked a little bit, and we just, we had fun. We had fun.
You're a mess. You're a mess.
Disorganized.
All right. I don't even want to ask what you smoked. And so you got the tickets, and you come back, and the plan was, okay, we're good, right?
We went to enter the arena, the concert hall, whatever. They scanned the tickets, and apparently when he went through, his scan did perfect, and he was admitted into the program.
Of course, the live on the edge guy gets the ticket.
They
no
scanned
problem.
mine,
and it says void.
Yeah, it was void. It was counterfeit. So I'm here now to collect $300 and hopefully get reimbursed for the...
So what did you do the rest of the weekend?
Oh, I left. Well, I'm not going to stand there.
He left. He took... Okay. He had the ticket. It was void and everything. And I didn't know. I was sitting there right outside the gate.
Did you expect me to stand there?
You didn't wait for him to go in?
I went in, and then I waited for him to come in with me.
Yeah, he waved goodbye. He was like, later, I'm going to go enjoy all these great bands. And I was like...
We're going to argue over placement of where I was in line.
Stop.
Judge Ross's verdict when America's Court returns. You're watching America's Court with Judge Ross. This is America's Court with Judge Ross.
Based on the evidence and the testimony before this court, the gavel is going to come down in favor of the defendant. Because basically, these are scalped tickets. So you were an accessory to something that was illegal. Case closed.
Judge Ross has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim is denied.
Next time I will definitely go to some more legitimate sources.
I'm happy about it. I didn't have to pay $300, and, I hope we're still friends after this.
Follow America's Court on Facebook and Twitter. This has been a production of Entertainment Studios.